12 laps of the Grand Prix of Catalonia. The sprint race is underway as the lights go out, and a good start from Pecco Bagnaia. Look how Espargaro pulls across the track, but that means there's a free run from Brad Binder down towards turn 1. It's Bagnaia who's going to get it, and look at Acosta. What a launch from the 20-year-old. He goes into second, Binder into third. It's going to get tight between Espargaro and Fernandez closes back in front of him. So it's Bagnaia leading. Oh, Acosta in second as Fernandez is so aggressive on Binder to reclaim third.
Yeah, Acosta, great start, and straight away he's looking to attack. You want to lead this race as early as you can to try and control it. The tyre temperatures aren't going to play a massive issue in it, and tyre wear is not going to be too bad.
That got really tight there between Jorge Martin and Jack Miller. He forced Jack to sit up. Martin trying to recover positions. He's up to 6th, so hadn't really made any off the start, and Miller comes back on the other Trackhouse Aprilia. Miguel Oliveira into turn 5. Still Bagnaia leads from Pedro Acosta down into turn 7. As we go on board with Pedro Acosta on the KTM down towards turn 1 at the end of the first lap. Is he going to attack here? No longer a teenager, 20 years of age. Can he outdo Bagnaia on the brakes? One of the latest in the sport. And yes, Pedro Acosta hits the front and the crowd on their feet.
Listen to the crowd. We're talking about the birthday boy. He is so popular, absolutely incredible. He's been, like I said, fastest race pace all weekend. And, well, the issue was always going to be, can he get the start? He's got the start, he's made the pass. Now can he control this race?
Bagnaia, you know, is going to come back. He goes so tight into turn 5. That's a risky one from Bagnaia, but he makes it stick. That's a champion's move right there.
Yeah, but hey, if Bagnaia wants to win the World Championship, he's got to start getting better results in these sprint races, and he can't allow someone like Pedro Acosta to bully him out of the way.
Acosta falls to the inside again, and he's going to make it stick on Bagnaia. It's just the way he levels people. He passes like a veteran.
Yeah, absolutely. When you say that, he doesn't like outbrake him and then go wide. He just sits on the side, so the rider... Fernandez. Oh, that was a very opportunist move.
Ralph Fernandez. We've got 2 youngsters at the front here in MotoGP. Is this a changing of the guard that we're seeing? It's Acosta on the satellite KTM. Binder now comes through. It's an Aprilia, satellite Aprilia in second, and then third is a KTM. No Ducati in the top 3.
And Aleix isn't going to need a second invitation here. And he's going to go through. It's going to be a contact.
Fernandez at the front. Oh, look at that as Binder also comes through. Fernandez takes the lead in the Catalan Grand Prix. Who saw this coming at the start of the weekend?
Oh, I don't even know what happened there, but that was scrappy.
You needed as many eyes as a spider, didn't you, on that occasion, to know what was going on. There was moves for Espargaro on Bagnaia, there was Fernandez up front, and it's all change at the front now. Bagnaia back to, he's into 4th now, and Martin has got in front of Espargaro now.
Yeah, meanwhile, the man I thought wasn't going to do anything, Marc Marquez, is on the back of this, watching this, licking his chops.
He's heard you.
Let me get involved.
He's heard you say, no chance today. So Ralph Fernandez leading a Grand Prix for the first time in MotoGP from Brad Binder now in second place. He needed no second invitation once Fernandez had pushed Acosta wide.
And look at that, Aprilia on these fast corners, it's turning tighter. That means he can pick the bike up on exit. He's not wearing his tyre out as much.
And the thing is, when you do then get a little bit of air, he can run those lines as Acosta again. 2 demon breakers side by side. Binder's going to try and lay it down. He's got to run wide, doesn't he?
I'm going to say Acosta's deep, but not very deep. He did very, very well to get it stopped. The lead
is gone. Ralph Fernandez has crashed out of the lead in the Catalan Sprint. Oh, devastation for him, devastation for Davide Brivio, devastation for the Trackhouse Aprilia team. This is how it happened.
It goes early by the look of it, very early on. He's trail braking, he's asking a lot of that front tyre, carrying a bit too much speed in. At that point, you've got to just go wide, allow the bike to run wide. You lose a couple of tenths of a second, but you're still in the race.
Brad Binder attacks for the lead, and he takes over from Pedro Acosta, returns the favour, and does he run wide? No. Long lap penalties come up for Frankie Morbidelli for irresponsible riding. Is that from last week, or is that
I knew
just
you were going to say that.
Yeah, he's already had a talking to after last week from Aleix Espargaro, not from the stewards, but he's got one in this race. Not quite sure what's happened there. as Marc Marquez attacks Jorge Martin. Well, we did not see this coming on Friday morning, had great pace, but then it just never went anywhere from there. Look at that! Oh, leg was off the bike from Acosta on the outside. Bagnaia attacked back at Acosta through turn 3.
That's an aggressive move, 4th gear corner, and to be totally honest, at that point, Pedro can't see him at all. He's hanging that far off the bike, he's looking forward, and all of a sudden there's a front wheel right in your shoulder.
So, Pecco Bagnaia. Oh,
lead is down!
Brad Binder!
Can't believe it.
Crashed out of the lead. That's 2 of our leaders who've crashed out. Binder has gone. Disaster for KTM, and that puts Bagnaia now into the lead of this race.
It's been trail braking, and we've seen this crash so many times. Downhill, off camber, it's a 1st gear hairpin. I don't know how many crashes we've seen there this weekend, but it's been a lot.
Acosta rubbing his shoulder.
Yeah, could you see the smoke then?
Yeah.
You could see smoke off Pedro Acosta's shoulder.
On the inside curb in the final corner. That's a 3rd gear, flat out corner. And now Aleix Espargaro is going to attack him for 2nd place.
He's not going to get that stopped, is he?
He does.
He has.
Aleix is coming back into this one now. What a sprint we're having here at the Catalan Grand Prix. Oh, I thought Costa was going to do that.
So did
turn.
he. Pedro sort of went for it then, but that Aprilia turns, doesn't it? Just turned nicely in front of him. And at this point now, you'd have to say, advantage Aleix Espargaro. He's worked his way through after a bad start. The bike's turning better.
Both of them have moments. You saw how Acosta, while Aleix is trying to sweep, Acosta throwing it into the corner, pointing it in there to squirt it back out. And Marc Marquez is just watching all this in front of him and thinking, right, is there a chance here of getting to the front with Bagnaia up there? I don't know, it looks a tall order. Here we go then, last lap time in the Catalan Sprint. Bagnaia leads by 3/4 of a second from Aleix Espargaro. And here comes Marc Marquez on the inside. He's going to level Acosta, is he? He's going to let him know he's there. He just lets the brake out perfectly. And he takes over the podium spots, even though Pedro is a darling of the Spanish crowd here. Yeah, Marc Marquez, you can see, got the crowd to their feet. Oh, no, the leader's gone. The leader has gone. Pecco Bagnaia,
Unbelievable.
the 3rd leader to have crashed out of the sprint. And Bagnaia has crashed out. And suddenly this is a battle for 2nd place. And Jorge Martin, looking like he was going to be losing points, doesn't do so. And the fairy tale could have a happy ending. I do not believe what we have seen here today, Neil.
He had 0.7 of a second. When he went over the line, 0.7 of a second, that's on your pit board. That's job done. All you have to do there, if you're Pecco Bagnaia, is do a clean lap. There is no way the rider behind you is going to close in and gain 0.7 of a second. Absolutely unforced error, bizarre.
But he was running the 39. You could see how
Risking
much he was pushing.
With that, with a 0.7 lead, you do not do that on a last lap.
Well, 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 Aleix Espargaro announced his retirement on Thursday, fastest on Friday, pole earlier on today. The hometown hero, Aleix, shines bright in front of his home crowd. He wins the sprint race again, back-to-back sprint wins in Catalonia for Aleix. In 2nd place is Marc Marquez for 14th on the grid, and Pedro Acosta takes a podium on his birthday. Put that in your history books.